Welcome back, and this time we're in a different league that we don't normally see. We are in Poland, and we're rebuilding Lech Poznan, the most popular team in the greater Poland regions, according to sources. This is one of the more successful clubs in the history of the league, having 7 league titles. They've had some legendary players come through, most notably recently Robert Lewandowski came through this program. Unfortunately, this season they are below standards. Even though they're currently 7th in the table, they've spent most of the season around 10th and 11th, which is not like them. So we're going to take this Polish club. We're going to learn more about some Polish players, because that's who I'm going to try and acquire. And we're going to see if we can take them to a Champions League glory where no other Polish team has been. If you like to see different rebuilds, just subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, leave it below. I'll be glad to read them and possibly rebuild them. See you guys here in a moment. So you're checking out what I have to work with Lech Poznan. I mean, this is probably, if compared to English team, it'd probably be a upper League One team. So we got some work to do. Luckily, the Polish league is not that difficult to climb up with a couple right signings. So let's get on to the window and see what I can do. Okay, starting with a couple player sales. We sold this Croatian Lupomir Satka to Guillermeris for 2.9 million, and we sold the Georgian Nika Karafa to Toronto for 1.25 million. And we brought in from Brighton the Polish defensive midfielder Jacob Mulder, which will probably be the easiest name I will pronounce in the first 2/3 of this rebuild, for 4.5 million. A couple more players sold. The Portuguese Pedro Tiba is going to Feyenoord for 2.95 million, and our captain, the Norwegian center back Thomas Rohn, is going to Sivasspor for 1.1 million. And just to keep track, we're going to sign a couple of these Youth Academy products, even though they're not good enough now. Maybe they'll make it later. So we are going to sign to the squad Malangu and Azakiwi. So we went out and got ourselves a starting center back from the Italian league. We signed Sebastian Walukiewicz from Cagliari for 5 million. And nothing I could do with the young left back Timoshusz Pushash. His contract had a release clause, and Young Boys paid 3.85 million to get him. Even though we do have a 70 striker who's like 24, and that shocked the Swede. I went ahead and signed this 18-year-old striker prodigy from Wolfsburg, Mr. Bartosz Bielek, for 3.15 million. I think he's going to be our striker of the future. So we're in the Europa League just like they were in real life, even though this is a completely different group. We got Villarreal, Moscow, and William II. So we'll see how we do in the Europa League. Let's get to the results here. Well, we finished 3rd in the group, so I guess that's what I kind of expected. I didn't expect Villarreal and Moscow to be even on points, though, but hopefully we can at least qualify. Well, actually, hopefully we qualify the Champions League next year. But either way. So we're 2nd in the league with 3 points behind Legia Warsaw. And the difference is they have draws to our losses. But we'll see if we can do some of this transfer window to help, or if we're just letting it ride. Also, before the transfer window, we sold our Dutch goalkeeper Mickey van der Hart to Derby County for 2.1 million. And even though we didn't make any deals with the transfer window, we're going to call up Marek Such to the team. And we came back and caught Warsaw at the end to win the league. Way to go, guys. Warsaw did win the Polish Cup, Puchar Kraszów. In El Clasico, Barcelona defeated Real Madrid, take home Champions League. Man U defeated Leverkusen, take home the Europa League. Here's a quick look at the stats. Now, one thing that's interesting is while Ishak was out due to an injury for 3 months, in only 19 games, Bielek scored 8 goals. And he went up +4, so I've got myself my striker for the future. And here's a look at the lineup before we go to next season. Everybody up front's in the 70s. In the back row, we've got a little lagging behind. Now, Kravitz was a loan with no option to buy, so I lose him for next year, so I will need to replace him or go after him again. We'll see how things go. So on to season 2, and maybe qualify through the qualifying round Champions League. So I guess Brighton has some type of pipeline to Poland, but we'll gladly take another Polish player off their hands. We signed left back Michael Karbotnik for $5 million. Now 20-year-old fullback is going to be our new replacement. And with Bielek coming along nicely, we've sold the Swedish striker Camille Ishak to AC Alkmaar for $2.74 million. And with the emergence of Marcinski, who's 18 and 65, 66 rated already. I sent him out on loan last year. I'm able to sell Danny Ramirez to Grêmio for $2.9 million. And we brought in starting right back. We brought in Robert Gumny from Augsburg for $7 million. Yes, he is Polish, not a Polish name though. He spent last year out on loan, so this year he's going permanently to Atletico Mineiro. Joa Amaral has been sent for $2.95 million. We brought another Polish-born player from Derby County. We brought in Christian Bielek. We got sent $9.4 million in his place. He can play center, defensive midfield, or center back, so I'm going to train him to be center back full time. And we've sold Polish goalkeeper Filip Bednarek to Anyaspor for $1.2 million. And just show you, we'll be in the Europa League again as we lost in the playoff round to PSV on a 3-2 aggregate, which, considering the quality team PSV has, that's not bad. We won in the first round against Midtjylland. We've sold Nika Kavic, Georgian, to Yeni Malatyaspor for $850,000. Man, that's a lot. For the Europa League this year, we got Leicester City, who does well in the Europa League in these rebuilds, Nice and Victoria Plaza. So it's going to be tough getting the top two, but we'll give it a shot. And for the next transfer, Bartosz Salomon is going to Cercle Bruges for $2.1 million. Yep, pretty much what I figured. 2 ties with Victoria Plzeň. So it looks like we got a long road to haul as far as European football. How we're doing in the league. Up by 7 on Warsaw, so transfer window time. And we've dominated the Polish league, so for the future seasons, we're not going to do a mid-season check in the league, since we should just run away with it. So basically, most of this rebuild will mostly concentrate on the transfers and then the European football factor. This year, we did manage to pull off the domestic double, though, winning the Polish Cup over the Gia Dons. Atletico Madrid beat Spurs to win the Champions League. Sporting out of Portugal beat Nice to win the Europa League. Nice was in our group. And here's a look at the stats. Mr. Bielek with 20 goals on the season. Got a little bit of balance scoring. Now, even though we are going to be far better than the rest of the teams in the Polish League, they do only play 30 games in the Polish League, so we won't necessarily get the big goal totals that you sometimes see in these small league rebuilds because of that. And here's a look at our lineup at the end of Season 2. As you see, we are doing some incredible growth. Mr. Majet, everybody's 78, 79 back here except for Karbotnik. Mr. Mulder has found his way all the way in the 80s going up 12 or 13 in 2 seasons. Can't remember. So we're going to go in season 3. Mr. Sikora is going to be replaced. It's going to be the first objective. It all depends on how much money we get for the board, since the Polish League is not exactly the Premier League. So see you guys, season 3, 2022. He was one of the most talked about teenagers in the signing window this past year in real life. But we have signed now 20-year-old Amad Diallo from Manchester United for $14 million. We blew out the entire budget pretty much. And so we've got a good young backup for a right midfielder. We've sold Jan Sikora, the Czech, to Norwich for $6.4 million. So, since my younger player's growing well, I'm not going to really mess with the starting lineup. But I do need to get younger on the bench, because a lot of players they replaced are now 28, 29. So we've signed 22-year-old Polish center back Camille Piotkowski from Salzburg for $4.2 million. So, like I said, needed some youth on the bench. Plus, my bench was weak from the first year sell-off to try to get the young, more higher potential players. So, off the free agent market, we've signed Godfrey Dansa, the Ghanaian central midfielder. I believe right now in real life he plays for Rizespor in Turkey. And then we've signed the French striker Elia Johan, who I believe is right now in real life playing for St. Gallions. So we sold the late 20s Antonio Milic to Basel, and we got back a little bit of cash and a young Swiss center back named Albion Hajdari. He's a low 60s, but again, he's right now 5th center back on the roster, so it's more about just getting youth and moving forward. So as you can see, we're back in the Europa League. We won the qualifying round against Rangers, so I was feeling good, but we lost the final playoff round to Copenhagen. We were in trouble with Marginski was out due to yellow cards, so that hurt. But in our group stage of the Europa League, we have Valencia, Trabzonspor, and Molde. So I think we got a chance to make it to the knockout stage this year. So let's find out here shortly. Look at that. We did qualify in rather easily with, guessing both our losses anyways to Valencia. But in the round of third, we get Atalanta. Probably dropping down from the Champions League. Oh, that's rough. So we're in the transfer window, even though I don't have much money, so next time you hear from me might be at the end of the season. Since kind of surprised we lost 4 games in the season, but won the league easily like usual, like I expect. Another domestic double. Liverpool defeats Barcelona. That's a shocker in FIFA. Those 2 teams being there. Well, at least we lost the eventual Europa League champions Atalanta to beat Spurs. We actually only lost 3-2 aggregate to Atalanta, so maybe we are closer than I think. Here's a look at the stats. Diallo is the leading goal scorer with 16 goals, but got consistency across the board in terms of goals and actually passing the ball around. Mr. Gumney, at the right back, has 7 assists. And here's a look at where the team is. As you see, the entire exception of Karbownik, everybody in the back 2 lines is 80 or better, so we're growing nice. Well, the exception of Karlstrom. So I think next year we're going to look for a replacement of Karlstrom, but I am going to keep him on the team because I want, outside of a couple substitutes, the only 2 starters I still have for the original lineup is Kaminsky and Karlstrom. So we're going to season 4 and see if this time we can qualify for Champions League football. So we sold center back veteran Dordy Kramarkovic to Almeria for $1.65 million. So I'm actually going to mention something here because even though I had 20-something million, I just didn't see any players worth getting that could really build on this team. So we're going to roll it to the next transfer window. We did make it to the Champions League group finally. So let's check out, see who we have in our group. It was Malmo and Young Boys who we beat. I couldn't remember, that's why I stuttered. But now, looking at our group, Real Madrid, of course, Leipzig, and Moscow. So I'm hoping maybe we can beat out Moscow for third and go back to the Europa League, maybe win a trophy. But not sure. Hey, and the only way to know for sure is play the games. They're not played on paper. So how we're going to do this group, let's find out in just a moment. Wow, we actually came closer to qualifying for knockout stage than I thought. We were even on points with Real Madrid. But we finished better goal differential. I guess it has... yeah, in fact, I believe we did lose to Real Madrid twice, so that's where we finished third. But hey, I'll take it. So that means we're in the Europa League for knockout stage. So this may be an interesting transfer window. I'll explain in a minute if what I'm afraid I'm going to have to do happens. So we won the league again, but again, just kind of disappointing. Only averaging 2 goals per game. We should be doing a lot better. Pulled the domestic double again this year. Not completely surprising. Man City defeated Barcelona to win the Champions League. In an all-Serie A matchup, Lazio defeated Inter Milan. We lost the quarterfinals to Ajax. Here's a look at the stats with Biolek leading the way with 26 goals. Mr. Kaminsky had a 15 assist year. Solid year. Now here's the look at the stats lineup. As you see, Mr. Mulder is up to an 89 now. The trouble I'm running into, I talked about earlier, is Mr. Kaminsky. I accidentally gave a bigger contract than probably should have to Diallo, but I was basing on the fact of what he was making in the Premier League, and he was 18. Well, he's unhappy with that, wants more money. The problem is, I renewed his contract before I got Diallo this season, so I can't adjust his wages next year. So he's right now demanding transfer, and it's a lot harder in FIFA 21 than FIFA 20 to get them off the transfer list. So that was what I was talking about. You obviously don't want to sell a 20-year-old at 84 rated already, but I may have to. So we'll see. But now we're going to season 5, and let's see if we can advance to knockout stage of Champions League. We were so close this year, so I expect we should be able to do it, but you never know. All depends on the group draw. So we're starting the season off with selling Carlo Muhar to Piotkowski for 1.3 million, and right back Alan Serafinski is going to Basel for 1.55 million. And he's come back home. He's come back to where his first top flight football was seen. Robert Lewandowski has signed with us from Bayern for 45 million and some change. And for this year, he can be the leading striker, and then Biolek hopefully is grown enough to surpass him next year. But welcome back home, Robert. Welcome back to where it started. Ooh, this is a rough group to get. Dortmund, who by this time is usually pretty strong because if they have Sancho and Reina and Holland, they're a beast. Fenerbahce and Monaco. Ooh, this is going to be a rough group to get out of. And couldn't quite pull off a deal to improve my central midfield at the trade deadline, so that's all we can do is see the results. Maybe we can squeeze through. Let's find out here in 3, 2, 1. So before we get to those results, the trade I was trying to do, or sale, is we sold the third string striker Elia Yolan, the Frenchman we got in free agency, to PSV for $7 million. So, wow, I wasn't expecting this. Not only did we qualify, we won our group over Dortmund due to goal differential. And our reward for it is Barcelona. And they get Liverpool. Oh. Well, I was going to maybe do the deal I was thinking of, but it's not really going to help me any beat Barcelona, I don't think. So I'm going to just save that money then, it looks like, and wait next year. But you'll see if I do any business transfer window here in a moment. And here we are taking on Barcelona at Barcelona. Here we are at Barcelona taking on Barcelona. We have our normal squad available, no injuries. Now let's just give it a shot, see what happens. 3-2. Mr. Diallo and Mulder with the goals. That's actually not too bad. So we're on the home leg. We're trailing 3-2, but I actually didn't mind that. So can we pull off the massive upset and take down Barcelona here in Poland? No, we cannot. Mr. Mulder with another goal, but they clinched it with goals of Dembele and Immobile. But I'll take the extra money for making the round of 16. So, end the season, see how many more trophies we win. And we've won the league once again. Just not pulling away like I would expect. We've pulled off the double again this season. Well, Dortmund ended up being runner-up this year to Lazio in the Champions League. And Lazio won the Europa League last year. Nice little run for them. And the Europa Kings in real life, Sevilla, beat Monaco, who was also in our group, to win the Europa League. Wow, so we were in a tough group. That makes me feel a little better for our progress. So, Mr. Diallo with 28 goals. Mr. Kaminsky, 16 assists. Solid numbers. Mr. Bialek got 15 goals in 30 appearances off the bench, pretty much. And Lewandowski kind of disappointed. I was expecting more than 8 goals from him, but yeah, I mean, you get a chance to bring back a legend like him to his original club. Well, at least original club for top flight football. You just got to do it. Got to bring the man back home. So here's a look at the lineup. I'm definitely going to need to upgrade at center defensive midfield and maybe even at striker too. I don't want to let go of Karlstrom, but since it's a small club, get the money we need, probably will need to let him go. And I might need to replace Bialek, partially because he was a backup to Lewandowski, but his ratings increase have slowed down here lately. And Mr. Diallo is at 90 and Mulder is at 92, so all likelihood Mr. Diallo will definitely probably approach that 99, and maybe even Mulder. Which Mulder got his first Premier League action this week for Brighton. So, on to season number 6, and let's see if we can get farther this year. So we start out this season by signing the now 22-year-old Luka Sucic from Salzburg, $47.4 million. The 22-year-old's a cam, and between careful analysis, I got him to either become a striker or a central defensive midfielder, and I've decided I'm going to convert him into that since Karlstrom is now almost 30, so we need to replace him first.
She's like gold.
Oh, well. No tough group. Manchester City, the defending Europa League champs, Monaco, who we had last year, then Younger Boys. So, Man City's it's going to be a problem. So, let's get to January 1st, see how we did in this group, and with my failed transfer window that I couldn't do anything with. Like last year, just for the January transfer window, we sold another product. Jesper Karlstrom's going to Ghent for $26.5 million. Thanks for all your service, Mr. Karlstrom. Wow, we came out on top of the group over Man City. It only had a draw and a win against them. Round of 16, Valencia, not the worst draw, definitely. So, as you know, Karlstrom's departed. Let's see if I can collect enough money to get another defensive midfielder. Usually I don't make big moves in this January transfer windows, but I have went in and sent Mr. Sucic, since he was being converted over. I've sent him over to Man U and received the check, Thomas Sucic, and had sent over $33 million along with Sucic. But this is a move to try to win it this year since Lewandowski's retiring in the end and get the man one more Champions League trophy. Welcome to the club, Thomas. Here we are in Spain for the round of 16 match against Valencia. Good news is I was able to get that Sucic deal done early enough to where he can get his sharpness up, and he's a +5, so we're looking good for this matchup. Regular lineup in. Can we leave Spain with a victory? 3-1 win. Kaminsky, Marchinski, Ash Kaminsky with a brace. And Marchinski. Hooski. Time to move on to the home leg. So here we are back in Poland, taking a 3-1 lead and our normal lineup. So this should be a breeze, but you never know. 1-1 draw, good enough for me. Oh, they have Smith Rowe on their roster. Anyways, Mr. Diallo with a goal. In our quarterfinal draw, we get Atalanta. We start with the home leg. Normal starting lineup. This certainly could have been a lot worse draw, so let's see how it looks. 2-1 wins. Goals by Kaminsky and Ahmad Diallo. Now we have arrived in Italy. We're taking a 2-1 lead, but we are on the road. Normal lineup. It's just my concern of winning all will be the striker position, because I am pretty sure I've never had a player as low as 81 in the starting lineup. Or maybe I did with Benfica, was it? Marseille? I don't know, but anyways, enough. Do we advance to the semis? Yes, we do. Goal by that said 81 rated Biolek. Hey, don't listen to me. Keep going. So in the quarterfinals, we get PSG. Pretty unusual. We got and I just said quarterfinals, and I meant semis. Oh boy. Anyways, semifinals and no English team in them. Got the Serie A represented, La Liga, Ligue 1, and the Polish League. So, can we take down the Giants? Here we are, playing at home, hosting Mr. Mbappe and Neymar too. Wonderful Poland. So, can we take them down? Regular lineup in. Wow, we do it. They're only goal by that 81 rated Biolek. He must have heard me. And we have arrived in the capital of France. We held them scoreless on the road leg, so if we can find a way to just score 1 goal, they have to score 3 to beat us. So, let's go at it. Can we advance to the final? Little Lech Poznan. Look at that, we even won there. And it's despite a missed penalty by Biolek. Goals by Matrinsky and Biolek. Off to the finals. And here we are in the finals. Little Lech Poznan taking on the Giants, Real Madrid. Even though in FIFA rebuilds, I don't think they've won too many Champions League off the top of my head. But anyways, how's our results in all the other competitions this year? Wow, look at that. We weren't even good enough to win the league this year with that team. How? Other than the fact we drew 6 times and lost. So we could win the entire European Championship, but we can't win little Ekstraklasa. Okay. Well, we did salvage something winning the Puchar Krashul over Lech Poznan. Okay, that's enough of these pronunciations. Bayern Munich won the Europa League over Napoli. Here we are at Wembley Stadium. Big Goliath Real Madrid versus Lech Poznan in front of 100,000 screaming people. Well, and hopefully in 2026 we can have that. Never know. But can we do it? This is Lewandowski's final game of his career. Can we give the big man another championship and let him bring it back to his home country? Can this Southbet Super Team names do it? And no! We gave up a goal in 80th minute. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, but and Lewandowski did come on. That'd been a fairy tale finish. But honestly, it was too much to expect to have this rebuild done in 6 years. I certainly didn't think it was going to be anything less than 8 or 9. So we're well ahead of progress. So let's look at the stats in the season. So we've already looked at the other results. And that 81 rated striker I was talking about had 36 goals on the season. I'm sure he's happy with me. Mr. Lewandowski in his final seasons in 21 appearances had 3 goals. Fairly evenly distribute goals across the board and even assists. Here's the lineup at the end of the season, how everybody is. As you see, this midfield is a monster. Mulder and Diallo at 93 and 94. I am going to not. My bench is obviously going to need strengthening. Of course, with the retirement with Lewandowski, is even more. So, with the Champions League final run, hopefully I'll get enough money where I can just buy out a player, and I can have a good reserve on the bench. So Machinsky is 24, so he should have to grow. So I definitely need another striker. The question is, will I get number one and let Bialik be the backup, or somebody back him up? Because he's only grown. I mean, this year he's started most games and he only grew one. So I mean, there's a point where I have to put on the bench despite how good he was this year. So, can we back up that finals loss to the finals victory next year? Tune in to find out. So, I've decided to upgrade the striker position, sign the Greek-born Christos Shalis. He's currently playing for PAOK, and we acquired him for $80 million. In real life, I can't remember where he's playing at, to be honest, because in real life right now he's 19, I believe. So anyways, there's our improvement for the start of the season. Okay, how many of you were yelling at me because since we finished second in the league, it didn't even dawn on me that we didn't qualify for Champions League football? Make matters worse, we just lost in the qualifying rounds of the Europa League to Hebron with a team where everybody's 85 or higher starting. So literally I went from being, we are the runner-ups of the Champions League and not playing any European football this year. So this is going to be a short season, as we're just going to finish this transfer window and go straight to the end of the season. I'm not even going to try and make a transaction in the second window because not enough money and certainly not worth it. Might as well just let the team grow. Oh my God, when I went from being so excited being runner-ups in the sixth season to completely depressed and wanting to throw this controller across the room. So, end of the season, here we are, back where we should be, on top of the league and back in Champions League football next year. But still, somehow we lost somewhere in the Polish Cup as Rakow, let's stop right there, won the cup. Barcelona took down Chelsea to win the Champions League. Spurs defeated Sevilla to win the Europa League and stop their chance to win two in this rebuild. So obviously the stats aren't going to be impressive in this rebuild since so few games are involved, but Diallo with another 22 goals. He's up to a 97 at 24. I could probably sell him for half a country right now. So I didn't quite get enough money to make a big move for a big striker, so we're going to improve the bench since I do lack some quality there. So we signed the Czech central defensive midfielder who can also play center back and one of the wings, I believe, Alex Kral. We got him from Aston Villa for $40 million. And another dev, we've got left to right midfielder Camille Piotkowski. The Pole is coming from Sampdoria for $34.1 million. And he came through our youth academy in the first season, but Borja Montenegro is going to Malaga for $1.25 million. And here's our group now on our return to the Champions League. We've got Leverkusen, Atalanta, and Club Brugge. Pretty tough group, but I mean, the way this team's stacked, we should make it through. We'll find out that answer in 3, 2, 1. And we end up winning the group, which was a tight group, but look at that. Leverkusen finished 4th. Ooh, not good for them. But by winning the group, we got the right to play Hertha Berlin in the round of 16. Not a bad matchup. So, transfer window. Let's see if any business is done. If not, then we'll just go on to Germany. So here we are in Berlin. Full lineup available. Let's just get to it. I expect this should be a victory. 3-1 victory. Martinsky with a brace and Diallo with a goal. So here we are back home in Poland. We're just getting into it with 3-1 lead, no injuries, regular lineup. 1-1 draw, good enough for me. Diallo with the goal in the opening 12 minutes. Oh, they have Camavinga on their team. Way to go. And we're going to Spain for the quarterfinals. See, we're playing Sevilla. So we're on the road playing a team that's mastered the Europa Leagues, but not the Champions. So let's see if we can keep that the same. Full lineup going in. Results say a 3-0 win. That's the way to go. We got goals from Marginski, Solis, and Kral came off the bench to score one. So here we are for the home leg. We're just getting into it with a 3-0 win. Should be easy. Wow, we won aggregate 6-1. Goals by Solich, center back Walukowicz, and actually Solis had a brace. Nice way to advance the semifinals. That's the way to stamp our authority. So here's the semifinals. As you see, we are facing Liverpool, and once again, the semifinals represented by 4 different countries, with Atletico and Dortmund in the other half. So let's see if we can take out Liverpool and make it our second Champions League final in this rebuild. And against Poland, we're starting off the home leg, so this should be interesting. We have our full lineup available to us, so let's go. Can we pull off the victory? Ooh, 2-2 draw. That's... We had a brace from Marginski. Here we are for the match in Anfield. Now we are missing Karbonowski due to red card, so Mr. Kral is going to slip in left back there. So that's going to hurt. First time we haven't had our full lineup for this year of Champions League football, but we do need to find a way to win. Can we do it? Yes, a 2-1 win. Solis in the 33rd minute, and Jazwayak came in the 51st minute and scored a goal 9 minutes later to get us back to the finals. Thank you for the good off-season moves. And as you see, we are playing Atletico Madrid, who's a monster in these rebuilds. They've already got one Champions League title in this rebuild in the second season. So, all we can do is play the match. But first, let's go over what our results are for the year. See how many trophies we've added. League title, easy result for us, or should be. And as you see, apparently the cup, it wasn't an easy result for us for some reason. We didn't make the finals, and then... Go and skip pronounce now. I've already screwed up too many pronunciations in this video. And the conquerors of the Europa League in this rebuild, Man U, won another one over Lyon. Now here we are in the finals. Unfortunately, Marginski, who's been scoring all the big goals for us, it seems, is out due to red cards. So bring in the Pole, Bialik, come in as striker, and moving Solis back to central forward, cam, whatever you want to call it. So, let's get this off. They, of course, got all black, which should be a pain. Can we finally win this? Yes, 2-1 victory. Bialik with a goal in the 35th minute. And a goal was also scored by Solich, a Youth Academy product from the first season. That's nice. A 65 rate, I believe he's 68 actually. Scored the winning goal in the Champions League. Not bad. It's funny, it seems like Marcinski scored all those big goals for us, but he only scored 16 on the year, but 7 of them were in the Champions League. Solis came out with 35 goals on the year, while Diallo provided 43 scoring plays. I forgot the name of it this second. So, and he's up to a 98 rated at 25. Boy, that's got to be worth a lot. As you look at the stats, we're going to give the team a chance to defend the title like always in this rebuild. So we're going to do a quick sim of the entire, what would be 9th season, see if we can go back to back and bring 2 Champions League trophies back to Poland. Maybe we can pull the treble since we didn't do it this year, missing the cup. See you guys at the end of next season. Quick look at the players I signed. Had to re-sign Jazwiak because he had a 1-year contract. We brought in Polish right midfielder Szymanski from Nunez for 35, and then we brought in Polish center back veteran from the Premier League normally, Bednarek from Bologna for 39.2 million. So try and get some more Poles, some more Champions League's trophies. So another league title, which should be surprising for anybody. This time we didn't foul up the Polish Cup by beating Jagiellonia 3-2. Beginning of the year, we did win the UEFA Super Cup over Man U. Villarreal took down Man City, won the Europa League. That's rare, Man City being in the Europa League. Oh wow, we defeated Man U to win the second straight Champions League. Man U, as you saw, faced a Super Cup because they won the Europa League last year. Way to go, Lech Poznan. And as you see, Mr. Diallo didn't get up to 99, but he did score 36 goals and assisted 20 times. But also, the original member of this club, Jacob Kaminski, is up to 93, and he, with his 11 assists, he's now got over 100 assists in this rebuild. So solid year from the guys. And here's what the final lineups look like. Everybody is up at 90 except for Tom Suchek, who actually went down 1 to 87, but he is 34, so he held his value well. Everybody else, including Diallo's 98, Mulder's up to 95, that's kind of where he's peaked, 93s, 92s, 91s. So that is the end of this rebuild with back-to-back Champions League and 3 finals appearances. So we definitely had a whole different crop of players we don't normally see in these rebuilds, but it's refreshing to see some of these names are younger, maybe potential future top flight players in 5 to 8 years. The next rebuild, we will be going to England, and it's a team that's rarely seen on YouTube for rebuilds or even Road to Glory series. I've only found 1 or 2 in the last 5 years to this team. So it will be a rebuild of probably a similar length to this one, but there's only one way to find out. That is to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have a suggestion of your own, gladly leave it in the comments. I greatly appreciate anybody that takes the time to watch this. Have a good day and enjoy.